announces scholarship for winners of 24th edition of National Jets Competition in Calabar. Ahead of 2023 general elections, Independent National Electoral Commission urges political parties to adhere strictly to principles of internal democracy. Plus, President Muhammadu Buhari signs a new policy document in guidelines for maintenance of federal government assets. Details in just a moment. Good evening. Welcome to NTA News at 7. I am Erika Ivy. Now in the news in details. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has put on hold its judgment on Governor Ayade and his deputy on defection from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the All Progressives Congress (APC). This follows the decision of the presiding judge, Justice Taiwo, to halt a judgment in a suit seeking the removal of Cross River State Governor Ben Ayade and his deputy from office. The court a few weeks ago, in a similar case, ordered the removal of 2 members of the House of Representatives and 18 lawmakers of Cross River State House of Assembly for dumping PDP for the APC. In that matter, the court held that their defection was illegal, unconstitutional, hence they cannot continue to remain in office. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has reminded the political parties to adhere strictly to the 14 items contained in the schedule of activities for the 2023 general elections. A statement by INEC National Commissioner for Information, Festus Okoye, expresses worry that no party has informed the Commission of the date of its primary, which begins from the 4th of April to 3rd of June 2022. The statement adds that parties must adhere strictly to the principles of internal democracy, drawing from their constitutions, guidelines, the Electoral Act, and other regulations issued by the Commission. According to INEC, candidates for the 1,491 constituencies for which elections will be conducted across the nation in 2023 must emerge from democratic, transparent, and valid primaries in line with the provisions of Section 29 and 84 of the Electoral Act 2022. Cross River State Government is to give scholarship to students who represented the state in the National Junior Engineer, Technicians and Scientists JETS competition held recently in Nasarawa State. Commissioner for Education, Dr. Godwin Amanke, who was represented by his special assistant, Kanyan Clement, announced these at the reception ceremony for the students. Returnees reports.
Making commitment to science and technology in the present world has proven by the contingent who showed creative capacity, skills and tenacity during the 24th edition of Junior Engineers, Technicians and Scientists JETS competition held recently in Nasarawa State. In this regard, education stakeholders converged on Calabar to celebrate the contingents from Cross River State who emerged second in the national JETS competition with 4 gold, 2 silver, 4 bronze trophies and 10 medals. Vodina Deborah Nkanu of Federal Government Girls College, Calabar, is the overall best female participant at the competition, including other winners from other schools.
Opportunities like this, especially the project aspect of JETS, captures the innovation and creativity of children, and also especially to the girls. Despite the fact that we are living in a men-rule world, I want them to actually try and show to the world that women don't just belong in the kitchen, but they can actually make things happen if they are just given the opportunity.
Well, today I feel invigorated, filled with enthusiasm, and during the competition it was an experience worthwhile. I've never experienced that kind of feeling before, but this has exposed me to life and showing me that I can go further by working hard.
To first position in the basic science junior category. I feel happy about it and grateful to God about it.
While congratulating the contingent for making the state proud, the Cross River State government assures winners of scholarship and encouraged students to always join in the competition.
And I want all of us as stakeholders to keep encouraging our young scholars. For those who have participated and have brought us this glory, your SS3 school fees for the 3 terms will be taken care of as your award.
These young ones, as we bring them up in technology, in computer, in science, and other related subjects, we know that there is hope for this country.
Teachers should be motivated, making the science equipment available for them to learn, making other resource material available. When they are available, it will encourage them so that they will become world leaders in science and technology.
JET was approved for establishment in all primary and post-primary schools in the country in 1987 by the National Council on Education, aimed at promoting innovative skills among school children. In Calabar, Uduak Etam, NTA News.
You are watching news reaching you from the studio of Nta Calabar. You can also watch these newscasts from our YouTube channel at YouTube/NTA Calabar. More news when we return. Don't go away. Welcome back to the rest of the news. The war against drugs, cultism, perjury, and other social vices affecting the youths must start from the home if it must yield needed results. Various speakers at the one-day seminar organized for the boy child in partnership with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency is to support the fight against drug abuse among youths.
Research shows that 80% of crimes in contemporary societies are perpetrated by male youths. The remaining 20% involves the female folks, with another research showing that female students have continued to outshine their male counterparts in most examinations. This seminar, therefore, where some boys are gathered and trained on how to become better versions of themselves, is apt, as according to participants, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
There's no security at all in cultism, and there's no beneficiary at all in drug abuse. So I've learned that by being innovative and thinking big and starting small, we're going to paint a better future of ourselves tomorrow.
The drugs abuse, it is a very bad substance which, when taken into the body, it affects the body negatively.
The using of cocaine, codeine, tramadol, that is not good in the body system.
Stakeholders agree that this is the way to go, saying that it has become counterproductive not to include the boy child in such trainings aimed at making the society better.
In this life, you have choices to make. And what you choose for yourself is what will speak for you. Some people take drugs because the parents are fighting day and night at home. And the fear of going back home is the beginning of wisdom for them, because they are going back to a house that there is no love, there is no passion.
The event, which has as its theme the war against drug abuse among the youth, a mere perspective, is a deliberate effort in ensuring a brighter future for the boy child and in turn the entire society. In Uyo, Kevin Samuel, NTA News.
Also coming all the way from Akwa Ibom, 34 natives of Akwa Ibom State, including children displaced by activities of bandits in Katsina State, have arrived in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital. Emedion Umor reports that the Returnees were received by the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Nta Calabar.
The increasing cases of insecurity in parts of the country have continued to unleash its fury on all sectors of the country's economy. A particular case in point is the crisis which started in June 2021 in some local government areas of Katsina State. Among those affected were Akwa Ibom State indigents residing and doing businesses in the areas. Some of the victims on arrival in Uyo narrate their ordeal, saying their shops, houses and farmlands have been destroyed by bandits.
We have been stranded, mostly my very self. All I need is a work.
The displaced persons, however, expressed gratitude to the state government for their show of love and quick intervention.
I thank God for the governor to make provision for us to come back home. I feel very happy.
The welcome accorded us. She has really tried. She has given a lot of material to them.
The Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Nta Calabar, assures the victims of Katsina crisis of government's intervention to ameliorate their plight and reintegrate them to the society.
Everything put in place for you is done, is being facilitated by His Excellencies.
The returnees are taken care of as they are provided with basic amenities to ease their fatigue. In Uyo, Emedionmo, NTA News.
Personnel of the Nigerian police force drawn across the Federation are undergoing a two-week capacity building workshop at the instance of the Inspector General of Police, Usman Akali Baba. The report is here presented from our studio.
The training is specifically on the operation and maintenance of mobile detection system for personnel under the Force Explosive Ordnance, Disposal Chemical, Biological, Radiological, and Nuclear Defense Command. A statement by the force indicates that the capacity building is part of the IGP's ongoing effort at re-evaluating and re-strategizing performance level in meeting the core objectives of safeguarding the country against internal security threats. Meanwhile, the IGP urged personnel to put in use the skills and knowledge acquired in the collective fight against security threats and other criminal activities in the country. The capacity building is in collaboration with the Office of the National Security Advisor and other partners.
More news after these timeouts. Don't go away. Welcome back for the rest of the news. Determined to put a stop to lackadaisical attitude of Nigerians to maintenance culture as bane of national development, President Muhammadu Buhari has signed an Executive Order 11. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports that the new policy document sets out guidelines for the maintenance of federal government buildings and assets in order to ensure the protection and lasting utilization of such critical investments. The federal government has detected over 1,500 workers who joined the federal civil service with fake appointment letters in the past year. The report is here presented from our studio.
Over 1,000 corporates were said to have been discovered in one ministry, while 500 others found in other ministries, departments, and agencies during a service-wide verification exercise will be delisted from the Integrated Personnel and Payroll Information System. The head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Dr. Folashade Yemieson, made this known in her keynote address at the National Policy Dialogue on Entrenching Transparency in Public Office Recruitment in Nigeria, organized by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission in Abuja. The program was attended by the Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, the Provost, Anti-Corruption Academy of Nigeria, Professor Olatunde Babawale, Professor Isaac Obasi, and other dignitaries. The head of service explained that her administration has taken decisive steps to nip in the bud the alarming sharp practices and acts of impunity being perpetrated on the IPPIS, as well as to purge the system of all infiltrations. According to her, the government's effort to stop financial leakages in the civil service had created a gap leading to a series of implementation issues, adding that as of March 2022, over 380,000 officers have been captured on the IPPI's payroll, comprising 66,000 and 320,000 for core and non-core MDAs, respectively. Yemieson further said that her office is carrying out a mop-up exercise in the core and non-core MDAs, which will be rounded off in September.
And moving forward, Senate is to investigate the immediate and remote causes of the failure of the Nigerian Super Eagles to qualify for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. This follows a motion of urgent public importance by Senator Michael Nachi, which described the non-qualification as unfortunate and which caused pain on some Nigerians. The Senate Committee on Youth and Sport is to engage relevant stakeholders to find out why Nigeria could not qualify for the biggest football events, in spite of the huge sums of money made available to the team, and to put measures in place to prevent fans from invading the pitch by fans in future matches.
There is no gainsaying that the destruction will cost the government of Nigeria several millions of naira to either replace or effect repairs.
I think there is an urgent need for this Senate, if possible, to intervene to see that our stadia across Nigeria are properly structured and made in such a way that future occurrence of fans invading the pitch or destroying the stadium will be prevented.
Your Excellency, as a matter of fact, there's a loss of life that day in the stadium, but it was not man-made.
To investigate the vandalization of facilities at the MKO Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, in the aftermath of the Super Eagles of Nigeria's failed bid to qualify for the FIFA 2022 World Cup bid.
The House of Representatives has observed that the reassignment of dormant and inactive phone lines by telecommunication companies without recourse to previous owners has led to breach of privacy. Members also note that it has enabled the perpetration of frauds and increasing cases of financial losses. The House has therefore passed a resolution mandating its Committee on Telecommunications and Committee on Banking and Currency to look into issues of breach of privacy and identity theft. The resolution was sequel to a motion from Steve Fatoba on the need to protect telephone subscribers from breach of privacy, fraud, and loss of money. He explained that Nigerians have fallen victims to illegal withdrawals from their accounts because their banks kept sending transaction details to their previous phone numbers, which have been reassigned to new subscribers. We have come to the end of the news tonight, but before we go, recap of the top stories. The Cross River State Government has announced scholarship for winners of 24th edition of national chess competition recently held in Nasarawa State. Ahead of the 2023 general elections, Independent National Electoral Commission has urged political parties to adhere strictly to principles of internal democracy. It was also in the news that President Muhammadu Buhari has signed new policy documents and guidelines for maintenance of federal government assets. That is the news. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Good night.